when creating a marketing plan, you're trying to figure out who you're going to reach out to, which you already basically figured out to in the first section of mapping your network, and the how. You figured out what means of communications you're going to reach out. The third step is just figuring out when. When are you going to actually reach out on the different channels to get to remind people or to initiate them into donating? So this is my marketing schedule. I've identified 4 different ways in which I'm going to ask people for money. I'm going to make some direct asks in person. I'm going to mail out an ask. I'm going to email, and I'm going to use social media. And I've also identified the 4 major points on the timeline of a campaign. So these are pre-launch, launch, midpoint, and the last few days. So let's look at direct asks. So this is when you're asking an individual in person to make a donation. So pre-launch, this is a phase in which you're securing funders. This is where you're getting individuals to say, yes, I'm going to donate when the campaign starts. What this does is when someone comes to your page, they see that people have already donated, and it increases the likelihood that they're going to want to be a part of the group who's funding it. At the launch period, you want to make sure that you're going to remind your secure donors that it's open and that they can go to the site to donate. At the midpoint, you might need to make a bigger ask. If you're not close to your goal, but you think you can still make there, making a direct ask to maybe a bigger donor is a perfect place to happen at the midpoint, so you feel more secure in your ability to make your goal. And in the last few days, this is the time in which you're going to remind the laggards. These are people who have made a commitment to you to donate, but maybe haven't gotten around to it. Just a simple reminder, hey, have you had a chance to donate on FAITHIFY is enough to probably get them to get their donations in under the wire. Now, if you're going to reach out by mail, which is something that many people appreciate, you're going to want to do this before you launch. Mail takes a long time, and it's important to write and post all of the material. And you can, if you email FAITHIFY, you're able to get your URL for the link that will link directly to your project before you even launch. You're not going to want to do this during your campaign because it might take too long, and it's a very intensive and effort-inducing task. For email, I find it's important to pre-write key emails before you launch. This is all your launch emails to your different groups. If you're going to write different emails to different constituencies, map out those constituencies and get your emails written beforehand. At the launch, you just want to get the word out on as many channels as you want. At the midpoint, I want you to go and celebrate the success you've already have and invite people to celebrate with you by making a donation or even sharing your project with their networks. Who knows what will happen if you spread the joy of your project. And then in the last few days, you need to send a reminder. Guess what? Most people aren't fixated on whether or not your project is going to be successful, but you are. So you need to remind people that they'll actually, they can actually, so you need to remind people about that. So send them a reminder. On social media, there's a distinct but similar pattern. Pre-launch, this is a time to build a following and identify partners. So this is invite people to like your Facebook account or follow you on Twitter. Identify allies who might be able to promote your project on their pages if you're in common cause. At launch, you just want to go all barrels out, hitting as many people as possible with the announcement that you've gone live. During the campaign, you want to share impact stories. These are the personal, concise, and impactful stories of what this will mean for those involved in the project. Share those, maybe even create some video testimonials, and share them as widely as you can. These are going to translate into donations. In the last few days, you're going to send them a reminder. People's lives are busy, especially on social media. Just remind them there's only a few days left to contribute, and they need to be a part of this success and then tell them about your impact. All right, this has been your FAITHIFY checklist. I hope it's been useful. Please feel free to reach out to us at info@faithify.org if you have any questions.